Really interesting one today. This is the ZIMA Pro Robotic Pool Cleaner. I say it's interesting because it's got a unique combination of corded and uncorded. I would really still call it uncorded because there is no power supply attached to it, but the unique feature is it has this giant battery which floats on the top, obviously has this heavy duty cord, and that's going to give it more power, more time without the limitation of having the batteries built into the unit, which also, super value add, makes this, as big as this is, because this is a nice big unit, still very light for the size because it doesn't have this battery in it. Here on the unit, just while I have it in my hand, it has all the normal modes. It has wall only, floor only, overall, quick start, standby button. This is the power connection where you're gonna charge it and you just keep the cap on there, make sure no water gets in there, no big deal. What do you say we look at the robot itself? The robot itself is packed with sensors. This thing is absolutely loaded with sensors, so it should be able to detect the walls, climb the walls, not run over things in your pool, all those important things. It has 4 motors, right? It has its own brushless motor for the suction, and then it has 3 more motors which are gonna power the treads and the brushes. While I have it up here, let me show you. We have two suction inlets. Let me show you why. Because this actually has 2 filters. I'm sorry, but if you fill these 2 filters, you probably shouldn't have a pool. Just saying, you haven't taken care of it. So it is southern Florida and getting ready to do one of those storms of death here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna charge it up. We'll put it in the water. While it's in the water, I'll tell you about all those detailed features you want to know about, and then we'll pull it out, see what we have in here, see if I qualify as somebody who should have a pool or not. Be kind of funny if we pull it out and it's chock full of stuff. But in any case, let's run it. I'll talk to you about all the detailed features, and then we'll do the review at the end. Oh, it's going a little sideways, but it's going down. All right, let's hit the start. Put this in the water. Okay, motor's running. Oh, it's coming up the wall, very first shot. Look at that. It's scrubbing a little right here below me. It's like, no, I'm gonna go back down. All right, while we put this degrii ZIMA Pro in the water and let it go, let's watch it clean up and let's talk about those features. So those features are, as I said, it is equipped with a powerful brushless pump. With that dual suction and 3 advanced motors, it should really do the optimal cleaning. 4 brushes, 4 motors, I'm not sure what else somebody else could want. It should be climbing the walls as we watch it now, and it will actually go and it will clean the waterline. As I mentioned earlier, it has an ultrasonic radar system which allows it to map your pool and be highly efficient in terms of choosing paths and how it's going to learn your pool and develop an algorithm to make it the most efficient cleaning machine there is. Those dual layer filters are going to be really important because, as you may have saw, we're in southern Florida and our pool is inside a cage, so I don't get a lot of leaves and debris and that kind of stuff, but we do get sand, and just to be unfair to this system as well, I probably have a different pool robot in there every other day working away. So there is very little sand, so that is a really good measure. If we pull this thing out and it has found itself a reasonable amount of sand, it is really doing a good job because number 1, it is hard to collect sand for these robots. Number 2, I make it more difficult by running a robot in here almost daily. It does include an app, which when we talk to me in the future, we'll see how that app works. I typically struggle to get these 2.4 gigahertz systems to work on my very sophisticated Wi-Fi in the house. I don't know why, but it is a regular problem of mine. We'll see what Doug in the future says about it. Lastly, that 10,000 milliamp hour battery, which isn't part of the machine itself, as I said, makes it easier for you to pull it out of the water because it makes it lighter because the battery's floating at the top. It should run for about 3 hours and really even clean a pool the size of mine here. But I guess enough should. Let's go pull it out of the pool, see how it did. Before I go pick it up over here on the side, I just wanted to jump in real quick and ask you for 3 things. 3 things, don't have to do 3. Any one of the 3 I will accept. Please subscribe if this is helpful for you. Give the video a like, comment below, and the best thing you could possibly do is click that share button. Just send it to one friend. Send it to your mother-in-law if you don't like her. Doesn't matter, just helps the algorithm, means a ton to us, and I appreciate it. Let's go get that robot. Oh, I will say, it has like cool strobe flashing lights on the front of it. You know, now that it's pulled to the side and would like me to recover it. I think that's kind of neat. It is so big, but at the same time, so light compared to all my other ones I've tested out. Now I will say, definitely holds a lot of water in there, so it's a little heavy initially. So while it is lighter, I think it is fair to say on balance, is a little bulkier or more going on. But let's take it and see what it looks like. So obviously the battery is completely dead. I think it is fair for me to let you know that, number one, this was provided to me to do this review. They gave me no instructions, but they were like, here it is, test it out, let them know what you find. And number two, I have run this 2 times fully from full charge to dead. And you should know that, number one, this is a very difficult shaped pool. You can see there are all kinds of curves, stairs, that kind of stuff. And number two, I do a good number of these, so there are a lot of pool robots running through here, as well as I have a professional cleaner. So and we're here in Florida, this is all in a cage, so there is very little kind of physical debris like leaves, that kind of stuff. What there is, it is Florida, and there tends to be sand, but sand is the hardest thing for these kind of units to actually pick up and hold on to. So I'm kind of setting our expectations a little low. If we open this up and do not find a ton of debris, it is because this pool is technically super duper clean. And if I started throwing leaves in there to do this, my wife would kill me. So let's open it up, see what we find. It's kind of fun. There are two sections that we have to open up. So let's go. 1, 2. Should we open the front or back first? And I'm assuming the front is the one without the cool wing on, otherwise known as the handle on it. So let's open the front. Let's see, I feel like I've just made a complete liar out of myself. Now this is a little unusual that it's almost like the bottom is at the top of the unit, and so now we're gonna turn it upside down to open it. Holy, there is, oh, let me show you, I could show you here. Let me see if you could see this. Can you see that? Is it in focus? Do you see that sand there? Look at the sand. Look, that is wild. Bizarre that there is that much sand in there. I'm not sure what to make of that. Either my cleaning guy sucks. Oh, I will say we did have some work done on the pool in the last week, so I'm guessing maybe there's some extra sand and debris from that. It's falling on the ground, I'm gonna get in trouble. There's also dog hair, normal pebbles, that kind of stuff in there. So that is way more, not so smart, way more than I expected in section 1. Now I will also tell you while we go to section 2 that this does not have an ultra fine particle picker-upper filter. It has 2 fine filter large baskets. So if you're not like me and you do have debris and that kind of stuff, there's nice big openings on the bottom of this, obviously big containers to pick stuff up. And let's see what we got in number 2. Okay, so this is clearly the rear because this one does have substantially less. So obviously the first compartment is picking it up and not so much the second. Holy, I'm a liar again. Look at that. Look at all that sand. Oh, and there's just generic dirt in there and dog hair. My dog doesn't even swim, and we still end up with dog hair in here. Dirt dog hair, no weird bugs or anything like that, so I'll say that's a good thing. But look, you could hear, ooh, lots of sand. I'm gonna have to clean that good. Not sure what else I'm supposed to say other than this unit, without a doubt, picked up a very large amount of sand. I'm actually disappointed that there was that much sand in my pool. I loved working with it in terms of its function and size. Like, its size and convenience of use is really good. I'm not so much a fan of these opening from the bottom because, as you can see, they don't want to close again because of the sand once I clean them out. Oh, that's an interesting one. And so you know, cleaning them out, the process is super easy. I'm going to take it outside there and just take a hose and you rinse them out. They're clean, perfect, come out perfect clean, good, no big deal. Recharging this, I know this looks like it's like a big deal to do, but you just simply take that cap off, charge it up, no brainer. The app, I really feel like they include these apps with these things because people want to see apps, but it really just doesn't do too much. There are only 3 modes. You can change between the 3 modes on the app instead of pressing the button on the top of the thing. App works fine. I don't really care about these apps so much. It's just not my thing. I hope at one point in the future, maybe there's some sort of different technology or functionality that the app might be good for. Not really sure what it would be. Does everything on its own. Cleaned the whole pool twice in a row. No issues at all. Nice and easy. I do really like that it is lighter and easier to pull out of the pool. Obviously a little more involved because it takes 2 hands to carry the 2 things. But I really loved this. I was super duper impressed. Obviously, if you have any questions, put it down below in the comments. I will watch them, answer them as best I can. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.